want patients to choose your office. You work hard to make the best care and the best environment for them. You've worked hard on learning the skills that you need to do that. But that does not always translate across to your audience. How are people going to know you're the one for them? You know, we talk about in building businesses, just not in dentistry, but in any niche, you got to be different. But different is not enough. You know you're different from someone down the street, but that is not always evident from the untrained eye. So you need to be able to differentiate. And there's a big difference between different and differentiate. Differentiate is a term, different to differentiate, came from Jason Vana. I love everything he puts out, and he talks about it for online businesses, but this is a lesson you can take for yourself. It is using our human psychology and to create your own niche in the market. I talk about the Savannah Bananas in a lot of training videos because they have rewrote the world of baseball. They've created their own. Now, how do you do that in your dentistry? How do you do it in your office? How do you do it in your practice? That's a little harder, right? Because you're not out to be a big showman, and you're not trying to be glitzy and glammy all the time. It's about creating things. So, you know, I'm going to give kudos to Jason on this one again. He explains it in finding out where your sweet spot is. So we have a Venn diagram. So we have a circle here, we have a circle here, and we have a circle here. And where all three of those intersect is called your sweet spot. That's where your differentiation starts. Now, what goes in circle number one? Well, that's what you do in your office. And if you're a general dentist, you do everything. God bless you, been there, done that, got the t-shirt to prove it. But that's not going to make you special. What do you do well? What do you enjoy? We're going to zoom in, even though you do those other things and you're not going to forfeit them and say, hey, I'll never do that again. But what is your sweet spot? What do you really do well? And it might not be the dentistry. It's how you treat people or certain people or how you just connect with certain groups. You've got to sit and figure that out. The second circle, so that's your first one, and that one's easy. You can do it. The second one is what your patients are looking for. Now, you say they're looking for a dentist. No, they're not. They're looking for a solution to I got a busted tooth, or I'm in pain, or I'm embarrassed, or I'm frustrated, or I don't understand insurance. You know, they have all these different things. They're emotional. So don't put dentistry in it. They just need a dentist and I'm there for them. No, each person needs something different. And if you can solve what they need and what you do well, and they start to intersect, we're into a beautiful spot right there. Now your last circle is what your competitors won't do or don't do well. So maybe they don't treat those type of patients there. They don't accommodate that in their office. They don't have a system set up for that particular patient that you can serve well and you know what they want. That is your sweet spot, and that's where you lean in. You don't forget everything else you've done and everything else in your practice, but you spend more time in that area. This is where you market. This is where you connect. This is where you hang out in your community with that sweet spot and talking about what you do. If you put all your eggs into the basket of a dental technique or a piece of technology, anyone else can repeat that. But you have unique skill sets that only you can do. And I want to get you closer to that sweet spot because that's where the riches and the niches are. And that's where your growth's going to be. So, reviewing. Circle number one is what you do, but I want you to do very, very well and you like to do it. Circle number two is what your customers, your patients, your clients need. And they really, and not in technical terms, what's hanging them up. Convenience, is it money? Is there certain things that are specific to their job that makes it hard for them to come to the dentist? You know, for instance, if you work evenings, you do treatment, you work evenings, these people are busy and nobody else does it, you got a sweet spot. That's just one example. Find yours. Take care. This is Ginger. I will be back sharing with you more practice building tips.